The fact that you're wealthy doesn't guarantee that your children or grandchildren will be well off financially. This is why you must take the necessary steps to ensure your offspring don't become a toy to poverty. Today, we are going to be revealing those steps you can take to build generational wealth. Welcome to Young Black Millionaire Africa, a platform that has embarked on a journey to completely eradicate poverty. Number 1. Financial literacy. Alright, we know you're probably tired of hearing this, but we'll never stop saying it. Financial literacy is the first step to financial freedom. First, you learn and then you earn. Studies have shown that only 33% of adults worldwide are financially literate. This means that a large number of adults lack financial literacy. And by a large number, we mean 3.5 billion adults globally. Financial illiteracy thrives in our world today. That is why the rate of poverty continually increases, and that is also why Young Black Millionaire Africa exists. We need to talk to our children about money and educate them financially, because if we fail to do this, they will grow up to become slaves to money. This translates to we've failed as parents. Our children should not just be book smart, they should also be money smart. Some of us, especially the religious fanatics, avoid engaging in conversations about money because we feel it's unholy. It's not. Money can be a tool for changing the world and making a big difference. Teach your children how to save, budget, and even invest, because if you don't, poverty will teach them something else. Buy land. Of course, you know what land is, so let's skip the definition. Land is an asset that never depreciates and appreciates instead. One of the reasons is that the earth does not grow bigger, so there's a limited amount of land on earth, and owning land means you own a part of the earth. Buy land if you want to build generational wealth. The world is developing really fast, and soon enough we might not really have enough land. Those who have it will undoubtedly become super rich. It is a wonderful store of value. There are two misconceptions when it comes to buying land. The first is that you should buy and develop immediately, and the second is that you should buy in an urban area. You can buy land, make a fence around it, and keep it. You mustn't develop immediately. Also, it's not compulsory to buy land in an urban area. In fact, we will advise you to buy in rural areas. The reason is that land will be cheaper there, so you can buy more. Learn to think long-term and look beyond what you see presently. Mentor younger family members. You've failed as an entrepreneur if your business dies after you die. The goal is to build a business that outlives you, and mentoring your offspring is a great way to ensure the longevity of your business. You have to mentor your kids and grandkids and tell them to do the same for their children and grandchildren. This is how you build a strong legacy. Your children are not too young to learn about the family business. They are not too young to learn how to run a company. It is advisable to start coaching them at an early age. If they begin at 9, they'll be pros at 20. Let them spend their holidays learning how to run the family's business, and who knows? They might even grow the business better than you did when they eventually start running it. Warren Buffett once said that the age one started can tell whether they'll be successful later in life. Here's a quick warning. Mentoring your kids doesn't mean you should overwork them or be hard on them. Create a balance and allow them to be kids. Invest in rental properties. Simply put, a rental property is a real estate asset that is owned by an individual or entity and is made available for lease or rent to tenants. This means that someone bought the property and put it out for lease or rent to tenants, and in turn these tenants pay the individual some amount of money for letting them use his property. You don't need to be an expert in real estate to invest in rental properties. If you have a lot of cash to throw around, build or buy a building that you can put out for rent. This will continue to generate income even after you cross over to the world beyond, and your children will benefit from it. It's an asset that's worth investing in. Hi there, if you've gotten to this point, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. One more thing. We want to thank you for embarking on this journey with us and for taking out time to watch our videos. We promise to keep dishing out value-packed content aimed at positively changing your life. Thank you for being part of our family. We love you. Now, let's get back to your video. Buy stocks. Smart parents buy stock for their children even before they are old enough to know what a stock is. The reason is that they are trying to secure their children's financial future, because poverty isn't friendly at all. Investopedia defined a stock as a form of security that indicates the holder has proportionate ownership in the issuing corporation and is sold predominantly on stock exchanges. When you buy a stock, you are purchasing a piece of that company. Investors throw their money into stocks that they believe have the potential to go up in value, and when this happens, the chances are that they will become rich. You can buy stocks for yourself, and when you finally write your will, everything will go to your children. Similarly, you can also purchase stocks for them. This is a kind of investment you make in your children's future. Parenting should go beyond paying school fees and providing food and shelter. Do something that will minimize the struggles they will have to go through in the future, and they'll be grateful to you forever. Build a strong brand. Rolls-Royce, Lamborghini, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Mercedes, Disney, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Ferrari, Beretta, Brooks Brothers, Kellogg's, Porsche, Richard Mille. These are some examples of brands that have stood the test of time. Someone built these brands. Correct us if we're wrong. These brands have all outlived their founders. That is how you know a strong brand. When a brand outlives the founders, chances are that the founders did a good job. When building a brand, endeavor to build a strong brand, and with financial literacy and business education, your children can even grow the brand better than you did. Buy and hold reputable cryptocurrencies. Crypto traders might not like the fact that we are changing HODL to hold. So, apologies to our dearest crypto traders. HODL or HODL is an acronym for Hold On for Dear Life. It refers to not selling your digital assets, even amid extreme price changes in the market. If you want to build long-lasting wealth, cryptocurrency is your go-to option. Cryptocurrency is the future, and that is why we admonish people to get, even if it's basic knowledge about it. Cryptocurrency has changed lives. It has turned ordinary men into millionaires and billionaires within a short time. So, buy a reputable cryptocurrency and hold it for the long term. We understand that the crypto market can be extremely volatile, which is why we always advise people to seek an expert's opinion. Do your research. Don't invest blindly. We promise to create earning opportunities for you, and we are doing exactly that. If you are interested in learning cryptocurrency trading, we found a course that can take you from a novice to an expert trader. And no, this isn't one of those crappy courses created by fake online gurus. The creator of this course has actually seen results, and his students do too. There are lots of positive reviews about this course, and we can assure you, you won't regret spending your money on it. Click the link in the description below to check it out. Now back to the video. Buy expensive pieces of jewelry. Gold, silver, and diamond have always been great stores of value since the beginning of time. And rich people buy expensive pieces of jewelry not just for luxury alone, they also see it as a form of investment. Poor and average folks might think it's vanity and that these rich people are actually wasting money instead of giving to the less privileged. You might not know this, but the major difference between the poor and the rich is mindset. Rich people see things from a completely different perspective. They may buy expensive items with extreme value and pass them down to the next generation as a form of heirloom. This can also be a wonderful way to ensure that your kids and grandkids have something they can hold on to, something they can utilize in securing their financial future. Buy a piece of expensive jewelry as an asset and let your children keep it after you're gone, their kids after them, and so on. Buy and hold art, rare cars, and other things with significant value. We've talked about buying and holding Bitcoin and expensive jewelry. Let's talk about art, rare cars, and other items of significant value. Have you heard of the 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe? That sold for $142 million, or the Salvator Mundi painting by Leonardo da Vinci that sold for a little over $450 million. These two items have three major things in common. They are one of a kind, they were both sold at auctions to anonymous buyers, and they are ridiculously expensive. Let us tell you a little about the $142 million Mercedes-Benz that smashed Ferrari's classic car record. Of the 9 300 SLR cars manufactured, 2 were special SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe prototypes, named after Rudolf Uhlenhaut, Mercedes test department head. He drove one as a company car, and Mercedes-Benz squirreled the second away in the company's vault. Both the car and the painting were sold at expensive rates because they are rare. Leonardo da Vinci is never going to wake up from his eternal slumber to draw another Salvator Mundi, and Mercedes isn't going to build another 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. And even if they do, it will just be a copy, and the original thing will still get all the hype. Rarity is what places value on things. even human beings. Find an expensive and rare art piece, car, wristwatch, or any item that has high demand and no duplicate. Invest in them and keep them. Marry right. Alright, you probably weren't expecting to hear this one, but it is true. A bad marriage can ruin you completely, can take you from hero to zero. We are not just saying this because we want to create content. We've actually seen it happen to people who are close to us. These people spent their whole lives building themselves and their careers, only to have everything destroyed by their spouses. Their finances weren't the only thing affected. Their physical and mental health, reputation, and perspective about life and the opposite gender were affected too. This is what a bad marriage can cause. Spend time courting, make sure your partner's goals align with your own, marry someone within your class, engage in activities that will strengthen your bond to reduce the risk of a divorce, or better still, get your partner to sign a prenup. We are not trying to be harsh, we are only being brutally honest with you. Marry someone who you can build an empire with, someone who will stick with you after the empire is built. Here's a quick tip for you, my friends. If you are experiencing chaos in your marriage, we have a solution that works 99% of the time. This solution is often underrated because people feel is too simple and doesn't really do much, but it does. The simple solution is to talk. Something as mundane as a dialogue can solve great problems. So many wars in history would have been stopped if both parties were willing to talk. If you feel your partner doesn't love you anymore, treat you like they should or used to, or if you're experiencing any problem in your marriage or relationship, engage in a deep conversation with your partner. Use a mild tone. Trust us, it works like magic. Avoid having too many children. We love the idea of having too many children, but some don't, especially wealthy people. If you take a look around you, you'll notice that a good number of average and poor have more than 4 children. Again, we love children and we love the idea of having more children. The issue is that having more children equals more responsibility. No matter how rich you are, it's still a lot easier to raise 2 kids than to raise 4. This is because you'll be able to give them the best life, give full attention to them, provide emotional support to them when needed, and even provide them with mentorship or education. Which do you think will be easier? Mentoring 5 kids or mentoring 1? Of course, mentoring 1 will be a lot easier. Also, when you die, everything you've built will still retain its value because it's going to fewer people. For example, if you have a net worth of $10 billion and you have 5 kids, each will keep $2 billion, but if you have 2 kids, the number increases to $5 billion. This is why most rich people have fewer kids. Set up a trust. A trust is a fiduciary arrangement that allows a third party or trustee to hold assets on behalf of a beneficiary or beneficiaries. Setting up a trust is one way for people to manage their assets both throughout their life and after their death. One day, the sun will set on your time here on Earth and you'll die. One of the differences between you and the rest of the people will be what you did to secure your children's future. Set up a trust fund for them if you want to build generational wealth. It's a kind of investment you make in their future, and they'll forever be grateful to you if you do. Finally, write a best-selling book that will provide value even to the future generation. Release a hit song or create something that your kids and grandkids will continue to earn royalties from. The goal is to ensure that your children will still be well off financially even after you transit to the afterlife. And no better way of doing it than setting up systems that will help them earn forever. If you write a book or release a song, by law, the royalties generated will go to your heir after your death, and this is a wonderful way to build generational wealth. Imagine having to live off the masterpiece that your parents or grandparents created. It will make life a whole easier for you and minimize the rate of struggles you will have to go through. Even if you decide to build an empire of your own, you will not have to start from scratch like most of us did. If you have an idea for a book, song, movie, or product, work on it, make it better, and release it to the world. You'll not only be doing yourself and the world a favor, but you'll also be doing your generations to come a big favor. But look here, endeavor to make financial literacy compulsory for your kids and grandkids and tell them to do the same for the coming generation, or they'll end up blowing all you worked for. We are sure you don't want that to happen. There you have it, folks. We just revealed life-changing secrets that will have a positive effect on you and your generations to come. Isn't that amazing? However, what we've revealed today is useless if you don't implement it. Go out there and try these things out, and years later, you'll thank us. Remember that wisdom is the application of knowledge. Endeavor to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.